This morning, Avi and I decided to go on an adventure. Avi, of course, is the nice young man from Australia that I met the night before at Hostel Tralala in Salento, Colombia. Salento is famous for its beautiful old buildings, beautiful views, friendly people, relaxed lifestyle, and for the various things that grow in the nearby valleys. Anyway, we found this place that rents these lovely brand new bikes for 6,000 pesos per hour. And they even give you sweet ass gloves and a goofy bike helmet, which of course I was way too cool to wear. Wear a helmet? Why would I do such a stupid thing? Under the watchful eye of the local white horse, hello horsey, Avi and I pedaled up and down lovely roads just like this one, and laid witness to beautiful vistas like this one, and rickety bridges like this one, straddling idyllic little rivers in valleys like this one. Are we having fun yet? After I put on a brief fashion show, we came up to this lovely collection of hills and bushes. This, my friends, is where the world's best coffee beans come from. We reached the El Ocaso coffee farm and were greeted by the shiny, healthy coffee plants, whose branches were loaded with fruit. I then tried my hand at shooting a video while riding a bike, and I didn't do so well. A few minutes later, we reached our destination. Nice place you got here. The welcoming committee arrived, and bellies were rubbed. And after paying 8,000 pesos, Avi and I were given lovely baskets by our charming hostess who told us everything we'd always wanted to know about coffee. For the first 60 days, coffee seedlings look a lot like fungus. Then over the course of 10 days, they grow their first leaf. From there, they're moved to little black bags where they grow for 6 months. After that, they're planted in the ground, and after another 18 months, they start to flower. Coffee is unique in that it doesn't depend on bees, it can pollinate itself. So if Monsanto does succeed in killing the world's bee population, never fear, you'll still get your daily brew. Whew. Anyway, it takes another 9 months for the fruit to grow, and when it's ripe, it turns a lovely red color. I told Avi I had always wanted to eat a coffee bean right off the tree to see what it tasted like. Coffee beans.
I wouldn't eat that. It's horrible.
It tastes like grass. She's laughing. She thinks it's funny. I'm eating coffee beans. She thinks it's funny. Some coffee species are yellow, but those are a little less common and harder to farm. Lastly, we learned that the people who gather the fruit are known as recolectores. Fascinating. From there, we were given the chance to plant our own beans and admire seedlings that had been planted by dozens of other tourists just like us. We picked some red beans. Focus, camera, please. And Avi got a rare yellow bean. And then we learned that in order for coffee to be rainforest certified, it has to grow under tall plants like these ones, which are often visited by lovely birds like this one. Camera, focus. Pigs also play a very important role in this farm. Their poop is collected in wheelbarrows and gets mixed with old leaves and stuff. Then it's used to fertilize the soil. Delicious! Anyway, we left the coffee fields and emptied our little baskets into this magical device, which efficiently separated the fruit from the bean. Eventually, after going through a process of washing and then drying in the sun for 5 to 10 days, the coffee ends up on this screen, where it is very carefully inspected for quality. There are 14 things that can go wrong while the fruit is growing, and the lower quality beans get put into buckets like this, where they're often used in special blend brands. 30% of the top quality beans are consumed in Colombia, while the other 70% is exported. While Juan Valdez is considered by many people in North America to be a name brand, in Colombia it's just a symbol that means the coffee was grown here.
Is that him?
No. Lastly, we were brought to a mini cafe where we roasted our beans, ground our beans, and then drank them. It's surprising how much different a coffee bean tastes after it's roasted. Actually, I found it a little hard to stop munching on them. According to our hostess, and maybe she's a little biased, the best coffee in the world is grown in Colombia. And after personally seeing the process that every single bean goes through, I was certain that this bag of coffee was the best in the world. So I bought some. For my sister, of course. For her birthday. Shh! Don't tell her it's not for a few days yet. After that, a lot more awesome stuff happened, but the battery on my camera died. So here's some crappy cell phone photos. Okay, thank you.